Ms. Reed?
Yes.
My name is Joe Friday. I'm a detective with the police department in Franklin. I'm looking into a situation that you might be able to help me shed some light on.
Okay. What's this about?
Well, it's about Ralph David Reed. I understand he's your husband.
Yeah, well, technically, we're separated. What's he done?
Well, Ms. Reed, I hate to bring you this kind of news. Why don't you have a seat there? I think you better sit down.
Okay.
There's really no easy way for me to say this, but I'm afraid Ralph was found deceased this morning.
Dead? Oh my God, what happened?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm just beginning the investigation, but hopefully we can figure this out together. What can you tell me about Ralph?
I'm gonna need a minute here. Sweet Jesus.
I understand this is difficult. Let's start with some of the simple things. Tell me when you two met.
We met in school, in high school. Dated for years. Got married in 2012. We were married for almost 5 years.
You two have any kids?
No.
And what Mr. Reed do for a living?
We own a sporting goods store. It's Cumberland Sporting Goods in Franklin. Well, co-own. We have a partner who owns half the business.
Who's that?
So, Anthony Fennick. Jeez, I can't believe this. I don't know how to feel. Was he in a wreck or something? Please, God, tell me he wasn't driving drunk.
No, ma'am, it wasn't a wreck. Now, you said that you two were separated. I don't want to pry into your personal life, but it would really help if I knew a little more about the nature of your difficulties here. And please, I hate to ask at a time like this, but it's kind of a necessary part of this investigation. I hope you understand. I'm just trying to gather information and rule out possibilities.
Well, we hadn't been happy for a while. He moved out last week before, I can't remember.
Was it an amicable separation?
Exactly.
Was there a fight?
No, just an argument.
Loud argument?
Well, okay, the neighbors called the police, but there was no fight. Not a physical fight. Just a lot of yelling.
Can you tell me what the argument was about?
Nothing that... Look, it was just an argument, that's all. I'm not going to go into it. It's none of your business. It's between me and Ralph.
Well, Ms. Reed, I want you to understand this was not an accidental death. Now, I don't like to pry into people's private lives, but I really need some help in order to resolve this investigation. Now, I will make every effort to keep anything that you tell me confidential. Now, was there someone else?
Look, people get separated every day for lots of reasons. I'm not going to share my personal problems with a stranger. Just drop it.
Oh, okay.
Ask me anything else.
Well, maybe we'll circle back to that. Did Ralph have a divorce lawyer yet?
Not that I heard.
Did you?
Yes, I had an initial consultation with one.
Oh, I see.
Oh, so I'm the bad guy. Look, I had to. After he moved out, when the police came, the next morning he went to the bank and withdrew all of our savings. $57,000! All in cash. He left me with nothing. Well, half of that money was mine. I had to do something, didn't I?
Well, what makes you think he had it in cash?
He told me so. I called him when I found out what happened. He just laughed at me. He said he had a shoebox full of cash and that I'd never see a nickel of that money again.
A shoebox?
Yeah. He held the phone up to next to the box and shook it back and forth. Said, "Listen to this," and just rattled it back and forth. That's our savings. Just to hurt me.
Do you have a job, Ms. Reed? A source of income?
Yes. I work at Middle Tennessee Ford. I'm an accounts manager. That's why I say it's half mine.
Do you know where Ralph was staying?
Some hotel in Franklin.
When did you see Ralph last?
That night, when he moved out.
You haven't spoken since?
We've spoken on the phone a few times. He called me last night, matter of fact. Just to be mean. Said a lot of hateful things.
Like what?
Well, he accused me of some things that weren't true. It's not important. Then he said he had a date coming over and that he'd be spending some of my cash on her. Now that I believe.
Did he tell you her name?
No.
Have you ever been to the Embassy Suites Hotel in Franklin?
No. Is that where?
Can you tell me where you were this morning, like between 7 and 9 a.m.?
I got to work at around 8:30, 8:45. Like I said, I'm an accounts manager at Middle Tennessee Ford.
Okay, can anybody verify that, what time you got there?
Well, pretty much everyone in the office. Am I a suspect? Is that why I'm here?
Well, I don't want you to be concerned. This is just something that I ask in the course of investigation. You know, it's just due diligence. I can't cross somebody off the list until I do this. In a case like this, you have to understand, we always have to take a look at the spouse.
Should I have a lawyer?
Well, you have that option. You don't have to answer another question if this is making you uncomfortable.
I'll take a lie detector right now. I had nothing to do with this. I swear.
Well, I doubt that'll be necessary, but I'll make a note of it. Can you think of anything he might have told you that might indicate why a person might want to harm him?
Nothing that I can think of. I promise you, I swear to God, I had nothing to do with this.
Do you think he might harm himself?
No, definitely not.
Why not?
You'd have to know, but if he was gonna kill himself, he'd have done it on my front porch. That's the kind of man he was, the kind of vindictive man he was. He was too selfish to kill himself.
All right, what about his business life? Was his business good?
Yeah, the store. God, the store. I gotta call Anthony. Tell him what happened.
Well, I'd rather you let me break the news to Mr. Finnick. He's going to be my next stop. So, did Mr. Reed own a gun?
Yes, he owns several.
Can you tell me what kind?
Handgun, rifle. I don't know anything about guns.
How about a small caliber revolver? Do you know one that he might have access to?
I don't know. I mean, he owns a store that sells guns. Are you saying he was shot?
Would that surprise you?
Can I just know anything about what happened?
Well, all I know at this point is that he was found dead in a hotel room with a gunshot wound. But as I say, it's very early in the process, and I'm finding out more and more as the day goes on. I'll keep you up to date on information as it develops. But for now, can you think of anything else that might help?
No, I think I just need to lie down.
Well, that's really all I need for right now, and I thank you for your help. And again, I'm very sorry to bring you news like this. If anything else comes to mind, please give me a call. Before I leave, can I get you to write down your contact information on a piece of paper for me?
Sure.